Black Relevant says, racism doesn't exist and Obama only made everything worse. Making judgments on a person's worth based on the color of his or her skin denies each person's worth as a human being by calling on irrelevant criteria. This lies at the bottom of racism. The snag is that making claims of racism has been a very effective way to gain political power and enrich institutions that claim to fight this scourge. But what if the entire racism issue has been a scam from the very beginning and, in other words, what if it really didn't exist, but rather was purported to exist as a vehicle for empowering certain interest groups? What if the goal all along was not to wipe out racism, but rather to assert its existence in order to create tensions social activists could exploit? Sounds perfectly feasible, doesn't it? Enter a man named Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson into this debate. Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson appeared on Tucker Carlson Tonight on Monday when he told host Tucker Carlson that racism doesn't exist and that Black Americans got worse under Barack Obama than any other time in the history of America. Democrats, according to Peterson, were using this phony idea of racism in order to keep the people angry and keep them divided. During his interview, Peterson identified African Americans' problems as an issue of good versus evil, not racism. Our problems, our issues in life is good or bad, right or wrong, good versus evil. It has nothing to do with color at all, and they know that, he said. Bold statements to say the least. But if true, this points the way to true healing as well as the dissolution of the racism industry that thrives on keeping the black community in a state of agitation over a problem that has, at best, been misstated and misunderstood. Peterson said he was glad when President Donald Trump got elected because of how he would treat people regardless of their race. Former President Barack Obama, however, made things worse for Black Americans. Black Americans got worse under Barack Obama than any other time in the history of America.